Believe it or not, in the year 2023, right now in America, we have more than 122,000 people locked away in solitary confinement. We have people locked up in federal, state, local, and immigration detention facilities in conditions that are so bad they were determined to be torture by the Geneva Convention and the United Nations. We have Black, brown, native, and other people of color, as well as transgender and gender non-conforming people, people with mental health needs, and young people disproportionately placed in solitary confinement. And that's why solitary confinement has been all over the media this year. On John Oliver, in the Washington Post, the New York Times, films were released because the shameful reality is that solitary confinement was and still is one of the most crucial issues to address when talking about justice reform in this country. People who are incarcerated are entitled to human rights. While in state custody, the state is accountable for their safety and well-being. And they get sent to the torture that is solitary confinement, not for the reasons that you think or have been told. Most of the people sent to solitary confinement are there for minor infractions, like having an extra piece of fruit or too many bed sheets. Missouri Congresswoman Cori Bush has introduced the End Solitary Confinement Act to end solitary confinement in all federal facilities, while incentivizing states and localities to do the same. This act can make history by removing this critical pillar of our mass incarceration crisis. The End Solitary Confinement Act does 4 things. 1, it ends all forms of solitary confinement except in specific, highly limited circumstances for a maximum of 4 hours. 2, it ensures that all separation or alternatives to solitary, regardless of what they are called, are the opposite of solitary with access to full days of out-of-cell group programming. Number 3, it enhances due process protection. And number 4, it increases accountability by creating oversight and enforcement mechanisms. Ending solitary confinement will stop torture, promote health and safety, and save lives. To help, share the campaign. Visit endtorturenow.org, where you can contact President Biden and your congressional representative and demand an end to this practice and urge support to pass the End Solitary Confinement Act now.